back punch. Here we go. Let me go. Come on. Here we go. Come on.
But Griffin has some power that he hasn't even shown yet with a good right hand. So he can land a good right hand, but he hasn't even tried to go to the body effectively yet.
In the first fight, Griffin swelled up around the left eye, and he seems to be getting just a tiny bit of swelling around that same eye right now. Probably not enough to bother him at this point. We'll watch it as the fight goes on.
Toney is doing so well with that left jab. You wonder why he stopped. As though he thinks it's a crime to win a fight with your jab.
Toney with some damaging body punches there, and for a moment, Griffin was frozen as James clocked him with the right hand. Body punches setting this up.
Griffin stopped to complain to the referee a little bit, and Toney just said, hey, protect yourself at all times.
Griffin tripping over Toney's feet as he fired that barrage of punches, and he comes back with a straight left hand. So certainly Montell has regained his senses after seeming to wobble a little bit from that Toney barrage in the middle minute of the round. Good combo by Griffin to finish the round, and they stare daggers at one another before walking back to the corners.
All you got to do is bend and punch to the box. He's ready to get up out of there, James. You making him brave, but not letting him get her. All right? Sit and punch to the box. You got to suck it up now, man. He's ready to get up out of there.
Get your punches up a little bit, Jimmy, okay?
Okay, he's ready to go. Sit, punch it, but the important thing is the jab. That's the most important thing in Arsenal.
He misses, then you go right back with your jab. Double that jab, come with your hook. And when you're working on the inside, don't stand up too straight.
This is the sort of prize fight in which one good flurry in a round can decide the round. That wasn't it. Early in the round, Toney landed a very good flurry. This is at the end, just before the bell, when Griffin responds, but perhaps too late.
Statistically, both fighters watched their connect percentages rise in round number 7. Toney landed 36 out of 66 punches in a particularly accurate punching round. Griffin 25 out of 52. That's not bad. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 7?
Jim, 5 rounds to 2, 68-65 James Toney. I still like the effective aggressiveness. I still think he lands the cleaner, harder shots coming forward, and I still think Montell Griffin most of the time punches off the wrong foot.
And I have it 4-2-1 for Toney. I wonder if Griffin has another speed, because he may have to look for another speed as this fight goes along.
He carries his left hand so low, there's no way you can miss him with your jab. He puts his right hand just on the side for a right hand, but not for the jab. If Toney would continue jabbing, he can win this fight hand down. But Griffin has got to make him pay when he misses. Good left jab by Griffin.
Toney's punch-out foot going down now as he slows the pace just a little bit in round number 8. Griffin sticking the jab out there, and when Griffin is able to beat Toney to the punch with the jab, James tends to stop punching.
The left jab is your most best. Wow, with a good right hand also, but if you keep your left jab, it's the closest punch to your opponent. He has no protection. He can only block it for a second. Why use the right hand when you're effectively getting the left jab?
And you saw Toney there going back to the strategy that served him so well in the first couple of rounds. Jab to the body, then jab upstairs. Jab to the body, then jab upstairs.
And Griffin does absolutely nothing when Toney jabs him to the body. Nothing. But whenever Toney lands a right hand, Griffin is coming back. He's going to always hit him back.
Toney just a tiny bit short with a right hand that could have done a lot of damage.
All right, get off that neck, Montell. Come on, let's go. Get him up. Junker, come on. Come on, Jimmy. Come down there. Come on, get him up. Come on.
National treasure referee Mills Lane appealingly uninvolved through most of the evening, getting a little bit more into the fray now as the two fighters come into closer and closer quarters as round 8 comes to an end.
You take the guy into position and you back away from him.
Ninth round coming up there. Ninth round coming up.
Whenever you spin him around, step in. Don't step away from it. Because you got to.
Big down and suck this shit up, man. Don't give this guy no opportunity, no window for nothing, man. Pump the jab, step to the man. Step to the man. Let's go to work, man. We got to go to work, man. Step to him with a jab. And then the hammer's going to come. Move your head. Be smart boxing there. Step to him. No backward step. Watch your balance in there. You have to watch your balance.
You see, you're walking away from him when you don't have to. He want to take his time and walk up. He want to fight his own pace.
In case you're wondering why we haven't gone into Griffin's corner, it's because Eddie Futch would not wear a mic for us. You know, many people, myself included, said during and after the recent Holyfield-Tyson fight that Tyson didn't have a plan B. And I'm wondering now whether Griffin has a plan B, because plan A isn't working.
Griffin is extremely fast. Toney has got to understand that he's only going to get hurt when he throws that right hand and doesn't come back with the left hook. As long as the jab is out there, he's safe.
You heard Eddie Mustafa Muhammad pleading with Toney to throw more jabs.
Sometimes that's what you have to do, is make these guys do it. They've got it in them. Months and months of training. Why hold it back?
Okay, get off that. Get off the neck.
Griffin has a counter-punches mentality, which is to say, when Toney punches him, either he wants to get out of there or look to punch after Toney punches. He doesn't want to move in on Toney, where he can really get some leverage and do some damage. He doesn't want to be inside, George, and he's going to have to be there to do something.
But he's kind of afraid, because Toney is so effective when you walk to him a little bit. Griffin evidently is well-schooled enough to know that.
Yeah, but it ain't
how
working.
do you do it? So how do you do it without doing it?
Well, but it ain't working.
No, it's not working.
1 minute to go in round 9. It's been a tactical fight all the way. Each man with tiny stretches of effective aggression based on those moments when the fight comes to them. Toney lands a big right hand over the top.
Griffin has some of the most remarkable recover power I've ever seen. You hit him hard, and he's going to hit you back.
Yeah, in that regard, he's kind of a light heavyweight Evander Holyfield. Holyfield recovers faster than any heavyweight I've ever seen. Montell's pretty much the same way.
Yeah, you can expect if you hit him with a right hand, Montell is going to come back and hit you. But if you jab him, he seems to say, okay.
Lead left hook from Griffin landed. Now Toney gets in a couple of close quarters punches. Round 9 coming to a close, and just as was the case on February 18, 1995, Our scorers, Harold Letterman, our unofficial ringside scorer, Larry Merchant, who likes to track it along with him, both of them think James Toney's winning the fight. He was winning the fight 2 years ago at this juncture also. But once again, we remind you, in rounds 10, 11, and 12, on February 18, 1995, Montell Griffin took all 3 rounds on all 3 judges' scorecards to come from behind and win the fight. Toney says, I was in terrible condition. I was sloppy. I'll be better this time.
All right.
All the way.
Use that jab. Stay as close to him as you possibly can. Yeah, when you take away his punching range, he can't get anything off.
Okay.
When you're way outside, the guy can get those long punches off.
These days together, baby. We go all day. This ain't nothing. Now let's go.
Now, you heard what Eddie Futch was saying. I must have heard it from Eddie Futch myself in the past. He was saying you must come inside and not just always go outside. But Griffin's mentality as a counterpuncher is to stay outside unless he's jumping in to hold on as he is now.
Incidentally, you're right. Eddie's not wearing a microphone, but his co-trainer, Thel Torrance, is. And that's why we've been getting good, clear audio out of Montell Griffin's corner.
He's going to have to make a war out of this to change the complexion of the fight. And I think that's what Eddie Futch is communicating to him in technical terms.
Now, the referee allowed him, Montell, to push Toney behind the back. You can really change the whole fight like that because they can get dirty on one another.
Well, as much as most people think of Mills Lane and his refereeing style, you've told me, George, in the past that you think he sometimes allows fights to get out of control.
Yeah, as soon as one of these guys do something, you've got to admonish them right quick. Don't do that again. These things can get dirty. So maybe he just didn't see it that way, huh?
For Griffin, the strategy is obvious. Stay inside or stay wide. If he stays inside or stays wide, he can be effective. When he stands here and allows Toney to jab in that effective punching range for James, it's Toney's fight. Hard right hand inside for Toney. Griffin comes back with a left hook to the rib cage.
All right, one step back.
Griffin is making that step to his right, but he's not throwing a punch when he does it. If you're going to step over to your left, take a punch along with you.
This fight not all that much different from the fight they fought in February of 1995. The only difference to my eyes, James is just better tonight.
Came out, picked his hands up and started boxing to start the fight himself. And the left jab that Toney's landing to the body are starting to hurt Griffin.
James Toney, whose career was severely damaged by the back-to-back losses to Roy Jones and this man, Montell Griffin, in 94 and 95. Trying to get back to the top of the heap and coming up with an effective tactical effort so far here tonight. At least that's the way we see it.
You see, once again, Toney lands a good right hand. Montell Griffin comes back and hit him good.
But there you also saw in Capsule why the fight is going the way it is going. When Griffin landed a nice left hook, he just got a smile from Toney because Griffin just doesn't punch hard enough to change the complexion of this fight.
Give me the water. 2 more rounds. Pick it up more. It was a good round, but I know you can pick it up more. All right? Hey, can I pick it up more?
Clean them up, please.
Give me some more. Give me some more rounds. All right?
Let's take a punch stat look at a comparison of the last fight, February 18, 1995, to this one. And you can see punches through round 10. James Toney landing at a higher percentage tonight. Montell Griffin landing at a lower percentage tonight. But neither fighter throwing as